Hey guys, you know that feeling that when you're a part of something really great and you want to tell the whole world, but you just can't, you're not allowed. And you know that feeling that when you're finally allowed to say this? Well, that's the point I am right now at, because I'm really happy to say that I can present the Prophet version 2 now. Now, those of you who maybe have been at Iowa, unfortunately I was not able to go because of my health, you might have noticed that they have presented this gun already there. So this is the Prophet version 2. They also kind of created a teaser to only those who were worthy and show their totally new creation, which is still in prototype state and doesn't have a name yet. So that is a gun that will be in a whole different price range, accuracy, power, adjustability, shot count range as these guns are. And that, of course, I will cover immediately as soon as I will be allowed to again. Of course, as soon as the final specs and final production version will be out, and that will probably be sometime in 2023, but I don't know exact date or anything like that. Nevertheless, we are focusing on Prophet 2 today. As you can see, I have it here in front of me, the performance version. So, first look, first glance, not much different, right? And you're right, it's in terms of looks, for a first look, it doesn't seem that there is much difference, but you will be surprised at just how many things were changed, improved, upgraded, added, and so on. And today, this video, I will go through them, and afterwards, I will sometime in the future, I will make an accuracy video and also a full disassembly video. In that video we will get into details of those changes that I will only mention today. So today I will try to be relatively brief and only go through the things. So overall, it's same, as I mentioned, same looking gun, but there are a lot of changes. Let me just start from the back. You still have the adjustable butt plate. Of course, that is on the performance version. You can also get the regular version, and with non-adjustable hammer spring tension. But there is a catch there, and I will get to that later on. And we see a whole new body in front of it. You will see that now the whole body extends further down. So basically this is, I will remove this sandbag rider just so I can show you. So you can notice that there is no fill nipple, or basically a regulated air nipple here. This was kind of a relatively unused feature. Maybe some of you will miss it, most probably won't. But the plenum and the body goes totally to the end now, and you now have, you can see from this side, you have two caps, so two holes for the plenum. So the plenum is really huge now. It's 70 cc's, I believe. I have here a cheat list, which I will always also bring on the screen. Yeah, so the plenum is now 700 cc's. That is without any extension of the plenum via any plenum extender. And of course you can still add that, but honestly, 70 cc's up to 30 caliber, you don't need it. Continuing with this new body, there is a completely new valve inside, and that is probably one of the things that I'm most excited about, because RTI decided with my assistants that they will go for the balanced or pressure assisted valve. That is one of my favorite valves overall, because it's relatively uncomplex, so it's relatively simple, it's really efficient, and it creates some extreme power possibilities, and also it makes the adjustability much easier than with conventional valves. And the deep dive for this will be on the disassembly, but let me just point out that in this gun you don't even have to adjust the hammer spring at all anymore. You just have to have it set to enough strength, so enough hammer spring force in order to open the valve, but everything else regarding power is adjusted purely by the regulator. That's it. So all you need to do if, for example, you want to change from the minimum power, which is at around 80 bars, all you need to do to increase the power, just crank the pressure of the regulator. That's it. You will increase the power. No need to play and to find the sweet spot of the hammer, etc., etc. So this is really, really nice. Of course, I mentioned before also extreme power possibilities. You will see the range of power that this gun can handle. It's really quite substantial. And also, you will also notice how efficient it is and how low pressure it requires to achieve those kind of powers. So again, this gun can start at 80 bars, and with 22 calibers you get over 45 joules of energy already in that 80 bar regulator state. Of course, that gives you huge amount of shots. So this is really, really exciting for me, and personally I'm really, really happy that they went for this valve, because it is, in my mind, one of the, let's say it's the smallest change from a regular valve to this one, and it brings so much advantage, and it doesn't bring too many other disadvantages that some of the extreme valves like hammerless and things like that always bring to the table with them. And so that is really, really cool for me. Unfortunately, because of this change, the body, so you cannot fit that new valve in the old body. You do need to have a new body, the new gun, in order to fit that valve, because it is a slightly different surrounding around, structure around the valve. It requires for the body to be different. Something that it's not that new, but I haven't shown yet on my videos, is the relatively new magazine. In terms of number of pellets or slugs it holds is still the same, so 14, 12, 10 and 7, going from 177 caliber to 30 caliber. The difference is that now you can access all of the holes at all times. The cool thing about this is that all you need to do is rotate it fully. Put the first one in, so it holds in that position, and then you simply just put all of them in. No more rotating each time and fitting it and all that. There is maybe some slightly bigger chance that they might fall out if you drop the magazine. So for that case, what I do personally, and I will show you this also, I fill it up with the pellets or slugs, and then what I do is hold it like this. So I cover the holes with my palm. I hold it like this, and then I hit this hand to the right hand to the left hand, and by this they go as far in as they can. And when they are that far in, the O-rings is holding them for sure, because there is one O-ring that is really in the back, and it kind of sticks to the skirt or the edge of the slug and prevents them from falling out. So I don't have any problems with them falling out after this. Not having that real plate also brings quite an advantage, that you can actually use really, really long slugs or pellets or some special shapes that are slightly longer than typical. I believe it's about 15 millimeters, so it's really a lot. Also, one of the things that this magazine feature is that when you are on the last, so when you're out of pellets or slugs, you cannot close the bolt. It will block it, so you know that you don't have any shots in the gun left. Of course, the one also major advantage of this kind of magazine is also that once you have the magazine in, you don't have to rotate and differently load the pellets. If you want to have it on the left side or the right side, you simply flip it. So this is for the left side, so you have clearance here for your cheek. This is for the right-handed shooters. So this is really nice for me. Okay, let's go forward. Some slight changes regarding to the locking mechanism of the handle, so of the lever. Before there was like a ball bearing here, and that one latched directly to the aluminium part, which kind of caused the aluminium part to wear. And there were some complaints regarding that. They have completely changed this now, and now the ball bearing is pressing up against a detent in this stem, which is basically steel. So it's steel to steel contact. And there is another very important benefit for me regarding this. The thing is that this also holds the the lever in place while it's not in any end position. So not only when it doesn't only hold it closed when it's fully closed, but it also holds it in any other position. And where this comes in really handy is because, for example, when I load the gun, I like to hold the gun with my right hand, and then I like to tilt it down. And then I, of course, cock it in order to get the magazine in. But on older version, if you turn the gun down when you do this, this would fall forward. And on this one, it actually has some friction and it stays in position, and you can really easily, sorry, it's really hard to do it like this. You can really easily insert the magazine with other hands. You don't have to hold this lever back at this time. So this is really cool. Small thing, but kind of important. Okay, so let's go forward. Basically, the front is the same, other than what I explained regarding how the locking of the lever works. The regulator has also been rebuilt quite recently. I must say that I don't have any issues with grip. I also must say that I can use any range of pressure from 80 to 180 bars. I even push this one to 195. No issues, no creep, works fast, works flawlessly. There is, however, still sometimes some sounds that happen after the shot is being taken. So the squeaking sound, which by now I'm in terms of a joke saying that this is now a proprietary. So this is how you recognize RTI. I know it's not optimal. In some cases, those squeaks are caused by one-way valve that is in here, and we will get into this in the disassembly video. Okay, so regulator adjust here, as you already might know. So let's remove the bipod. Now they have M6, so 6mm Allen key that you are adjusting, so you really have some leverage and you don't not afraid that you will strip it or something like that. It's really easy to adjust. 180 bars, you can go in higher, you can go down to 80 and it will work flawlessly. They have some new filling port caps, slightly better quality, I would say. So I'm really happy that they are improving in this regard. Let's go a little bit higher up. And that is, of course, the barrel. The shroud is the same, everything is the same inside, but the barrel is different. And this has been in the works for quite some time now. What we wanted to do is have a barrel that would shoot good pellets as well as slugs. And this is their new RTI proprietary barrel, which will be now in all of their guns, in all of their Prophet and Priests guns and compacts, of course. Those are only in 22 and 25 calibers, so the 177 will still be the regular Lothar Walther barrel, and the 30 caliber as well. But for 22 and 25, they have now dedicated proprietary barrels that are dedicated also for slugs. So they are not only slug based, they are for both. That's why they are still choked. Of course, you will see the full details here, but the length is still 60 centimeters. They're half choked, they're tighter than regular barrel, and they have much less deep grooves in order to have the low friction and enable to shoot the slugs well. I tested this barrel. It was still in prototype state when I tested, so I will of course have a video with serial production of that barrel. It's extremely accurate with pellets, and it also shoots slugs really, really well. The thing you will notice is that you have to put in a slightly more effort, slightly more force to push the pellet in, because they are slightly tighter. But accuracy is extremely, extremely good, and it's extremely pellet. It's not pellet picky. It shoots well everything. Unlike their long range pellet barrel that they had, this one does not, however, allow the pellets to be shot that fast, because there is slightly higher twist rate on this one to enable to shoot pellets as well, which the long range barrel was not. So you do have to limit yourself to traditional, I don't know, 850, 900, 950, depending on the pellet velocities, so FPS velocities for the pellets, in order to get that accuracy out. So really excited about this barrel. As I mentioned, this will be now in all of the RTI guns. Moving forward, let's get to accessories. I think I covered most of things in regards of the news in terms of the gun itself. And let's get to accessories. As I mentioned, this is the Prophet 2 performance version. The regular version is as before, without the adjustable butt plate, without the adjustable regulator. The bottle is aluminium instead of carbon. And I think that's about it. Maybe I forgot something. In any case, you can, of course, get a standard version and upgrade only what you want. You can write to RTI or one of their dealers and ask for only what you need. Couple of addition. Bag rider, only one screw. You don't need any tools. I mean, you can use Allen key, but you can also do this by hand. Simply stick the screw in, and then rotate the bag rider instead of the screw, and just tighten it. That's it. Really nice to put it on the back. That's my favorite way of rear support for the gun when shooting from bench. So this combination for me is my favorite. I do have for myself a custom monopod, but it's not as accurate as shooting from a sandbag with bipod. It's slightly more convenient, but the stability of a sandbag is, in my opinion, better than a monopod. Okay, next accessory, and very important one. I am using a really cool bipod. Of course, this bipod is not part of the RTI offering, which has an ability to tilt the legs forward. If you don't have this possibility, then mounting a bipod at this position is really inconvenient, because it's too far back. Of course, this is almost on the balance, you see, but you want the bipod to be much further forward. For that purpose, they have made this really, really long and really lightweight, actually, for the size rail. So what you do, and I will also show you the picture for this. You attach this rail here instead of the bipod, and then you can use either different types of mounting that you have available. You have all sorts of holes available, and on the front you also have a part of Picatinny. So for my case, and what you will see in the picture, what I do is I can attach this one here and that one to the back, and then I get this kind of length, and then I have really good pivoting point for some extreme accuracy long range shooting. I will say that this system, although it's really nice, it is slightly more wobbly than if you have possibility to do it like this. So this is definitely more rigid, because this is a long piece and will flex slightly, but it's still really helpful and really can make your aiming much easier for the extreme long range, for example. Next really cool thing that I'm really happy that they make are the suppressors, and these are, to me, phenomenally looking. I will take this one off for you. Overall, the gun with the suppressor and this bipod, in my mind, looks like really, really amazing. So these are the suppressors they are now making an offering. These are basically the same on the inside. you have some fills inside and some spacers, and they're really cleverly tightened together, so they're really easy to take apart and clean. And they have both the same end caps on each side, and they with the suppressor that you purchase, you also get two end caps. One is up to 25 caliber, so slightly smaller hole in the middle, and one is up to 30 caliber. Right now I have 30 calibers on both of them, but I will show you pictures of the 25 max also. So the aluminium is slightly heavier, but it's still quite light. I think it's 120 grams or something like that. I don't have it here, I think. Yeah, it's 120 grams, and the carbon fiber is of course slightly lighter, is 80 grams, so really, really light. When I tested them in terms of how well they dampen the sound, I must say that if you dry fire, they're still quite loud. I was thinking that maybe they're not as quiet as I thought they would be, but as soon as you shoot a pellet through it, then they're really efficient or really quiet. So definitely worth checking out, definitely good solution. And I would say that now that we in Slovenia have permission to use them, because in the past they were banned, it's a must for this kind of gun. Of course, the Prophet is relatively loud without any additional suppression. So this package to me is like top of the mountain right now. I really like it, and I really like shooting it this way. And the adjustability, the shot count. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's go. I'm getting a little bit too excited here, I think. So I'm getting a little less efficient at giving you data. So this body, this new body, which is Prophet 2, is also for Prophet 2 compact. So compact will be only offered in version 2 version. So basically with the new body. And as you know, compact is no different than the regular full size. The only difference is the shorter shroud and the barrel. So all the barrels except 177 in full Prophet are 60 centimeters. And for the compact, they actually went with slightly longer barrel. The shroud is still the same. At first it was 45 centimeters, now they have 50 centimeters. This is great news, because even though you have a compact gun, you still get a ton of shots and you still can get that really, really high power, which is really nice. Of course, again, shroud shorter, also bottle much smaller. So this is the bottle. Everything else stays the same. So only shroud, barrel, bottle is different. Everything else is the same. And you will see on this leaflet the shot count and everything you get with either configuration in all calibers. I really like what they've done with this brochure or leaflet or however you call it, because they have specified you minimum pressure, maximum pressure, power at minimum pressure, power at maximum pressure, and then shot count and that minimum pressure and shot count at that maximum pressure. Because a lot of manufacturers will say, yeah, this gun can do up to 100 foot-pounds in 30 caliber, and you can get up to 150 shots. Okay, great, but those things don't happen at the same time. You can have one or the other, but they give you actual data. For example, let's go to full-size Prophet in 30 caliber. You can get in the range of 48 to 100 foot-pounds, and this will equate to 150 to 25 shots. So 150 at 48 foot-pounds and 25 shots at 100 foot-pounds, yeah. And also you get what kind of pressure you need to set. So 80 bars for the 48 foot-pounds and 180 bars for 100 foot-pounds. So this is really nice and really honest. And one of the cool things to me is that even if you go to the perfectly max power, you still get at more than 2 magazines in any kind of configuration. So that is really cool. So really high shot count. And don't forget that really, really easy adjustability. All you need to do is to adjust the power, change the pressure. For example, if you go up, go from 80 to 180, you get from 48 foot-pounds to 100 foot-pounds. That's it. No other things need to be done on the gun. Of course, if you go down, then you have to dry fire in between your regulator pressure changes. So you have those data for both the full size Prophet 2 and for the Prophet 2 compact. So you have all the data you need to get, and you also have comparison. You even have option when you have the full Prophet barrel size, so 60 centimeter barrel, and the small bottle. So combination of let's say compact and regular size. So small bottle but long barrel. And so this is really cool. You get all the options. You of course don't get the other way around option, because it makes no sense to have a full bottle on the compact version, because the barrel would be shorter than the bottle. So that is not on there, because it's not a configuration that you would ever want. Let me just mention also this. The Priest is still available, but the Priest will be available only with old bodies. So this new body and the new valve and everything what you saw here is only for the Prophet 2. So the body is Prophet 2 and Prophet 2 compact. Basically, I think I went through everything. It's kind of impossible to really just cover everything, I think. I'm really stoked about this gun. I love shooting it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it operates. You might remember that when I made the first, I think it was Priest video, I said that I'm not really a fan of this kind of bare bone skeleton design guns, but it kind of grew on me. And plus, what you saw from the basic Priest to now this full featured Prophet 2, they also gone up with not only features but also the looks. I mean, the suppressor really adds to the looks. All of these things add to the look, not only the performance. So I really look forward to the next videos I will make regarding the Prophet 2 and the compact in terms of accuracy disassembly, and I really look forward also to the new gun, which hopefully I will be able to present in the next year. Thanks guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell to get notification. Hopefully I will get slightly more regular videos from now on. As I mentioned, I've been having some health issues. That is more or less resolved now, and let's continue with this kind of content. Thanks guys.